people. I'm just waiting for them. Till then, I'm just going to ask you to swing your legs up, like you see Doreen and Colleen settle themselves, so you can lie down on your back. If you have like a couch nearby, you can swing your legs up on the couch, lie flat. Or if you are close to a wall, you can swing your legs up the wall as well. So Amol, can you just be my demo guy? Yes. And just lie down and swing your legs up on the wall. So we'll start off with that restorative posture. This is a great posture at the end of the day. Hi, Kavita.
Hi.
How are you?
Good.
So we have a couple new friends today. We have Doreen, Colleen, and Shilpa joining us. And we have Aditya joining us as well. So we are going to start off with our first posture, which is called as legs up the wall. It's called in Sanskrit as Viparit Karani. It's an inversion posture. So very good restorative posture for the end of the day, to slow down your heart rate, to allow your lower body to get some rest. You're standing most of the time or sitting in a chair. Our heart has to pump the blood from the far end of our body, that's from the feet all the way up, and then back again. So it's like a blood circulation going on. So when you do legs up the wall, there's an easy flow of that drain of that blood towards the heart. So it gives your heart a little bit of a break. At the same time, your back gets a lot of support. Gravity is working on your back right now. So just allow yourself this moment to let go of all the tension in your lower back and upper back. Maybe you can gently try to squeeze your upper back, that's your shoulder blades, together. So the way you can locate your shoulder blades is by bringing your elbows slightly in and slightly squeezing the upper back together. So in the center of your back runs the spine. So on one side you have the right shoulder blade, on the other you have the left. So try to visualize your upper back and try to bring those two patches of your back together. So I'm just going to turn around just in case you're not able to get it. So this is your right and left shoulder blade. You're going to squeeze. That squeezing action is where you are bringing both the parts of your back together. And you will see that your heart maybe opens up a bit more. So when you squeeze your back, go ahead and take one long inhale. And as you exhale, allow your mouth to work for you. A few breaths we are going to take like this. As you inhale through the nose, allow that breath to reach each and every part of your body, especially the lower back. And exhale that breath through your mouth. Inhale and exhale this way. So normally we don't encourage mouth breathing in yoga. But here we are actually doing that just because there's a lot of tension sometimes that we carry in the body. And then when you do that mouth breathing, that loud exhale through the mouth, it gives a chance for those tense parts of your body to really relax. So now that you're done with this, just close your mouth and just observe your breath at the tip of your nose. Scan your body for any pain or any discomfort, anything you might be carrying to the class today. Allow all the parts of your feet to relax. Wiggle your toes, just move your feet from side to side. Go ahead and unlock your knees. Unlock your knees. You're going to just simply bend the knees, slide your heels. If you have legs up on the wall or on the couch, you're simply going to bring those knees in towards your chest. Try rocking from side to side. Massage your lower back. Make some small circles with your knees. So you can go clockwise a few times and then anti-clockwise a few more times. Okay. Hi, Vidya. I'm just going to go ahead and mute everybody so that we don't have any disturbance in the class and you can only hear my voice. If at any time point you need to drop off early, please feel free to do so. So now stop rocking your back and your knees and go ahead and stretch that left leg up on the couch or on the wall. Keep the right knee in towards your chest. So hold your right knee with your hands. So Shilpa, if you can use your couch, I can see that you have a couch. So I want you to feel supported. Try to like relax your left leg on the couch. Shraddha, Chitra, Kavita, if you are close to a wall, try to prop your leg up on that wall so that you feel the support and you're not feeling like weightless without any support. Keep the right knee in towards your chest. Flex. Now, this is a yin class, so normally I would tell you to flex your toes, but we are not going to do that here. Yin style of yoga is very different from the dynamic, active yang style, which we are so used to. The hatha, ashtanga, and vinyasa are classified as the yang styles. So we are engaging muscles there. And here we are not encouraging the engagement of muscles. So don't flex your toes at all. Allow this practice to work on the deeper tissues. We are working on the connective tissues, working on the bones, the joints, the knee, the nerves. So try that. Try to take deeper breaths as you hug that knee in towards your chest. And you come into the figure four. So we are going to hold those postures for generally 2 to 3 minutes, but I'm going to try and see how it is because if you're new to Yin Yoga, it can be a little bit difficult. So we'll try to hold these postures for 1.5 to 2 minutes. And try to move into the next posture. As you come into what we call as the figure four, cross your right ankle on top of your left knee. There's a lot of silence here. I'm not even using music here today because I just want you to get the feel of Yin Yoga class. As you allow your body to come into this stillness, you will see that the mind becomes very busy. So in yoga, we have the concept of panchakoshas. Pancha meaning 5 and koshas meaning layer. So we are actually exploring these 5 layers of ourselves, our existence in Yin Yoga, going beyond the physical self, diving deep into the breath layer, diving deep into the mind layer. The prana kosha is the breath layer. So here you really get to explore and connect with your breath. Begin to count 4 as you breathe in, And count 4 as you breathe out. You'll be here for 5 more breaths. You're doing really good. And from here, we are slowly going to come into a twist. So for that twist, I want you to stretch that right leg either up on the couch or on the wall. And now begin to hug those knees in towards your chest. You're slightly going to shift your buttocks towards the right side. Slide your buttocks to the right and now drop your knees to the left. So when you do that, your lower body actually comes into that twist. Try to keep your upper back flat on the floor. You have an option. You can stretch your arms along the side of your body, or you can stretch them in a T shape on the floor. You can even place your hands on your belly, whatever feels good. If you have a blanket close by, or a bath towel close by, or a soft pillow, try to support your lower back with it. So this will actually help you to really get into the groove of Yin Yoga. So Yin Yoga has 3 phases of practice. The first phase is where you explore your boundaries. It's called finding your edge. So you're exploring your boundaries, that safe space where you feel the good stretch. As you get into the safe space, your second phase is going to be dropping into that stillness. As you allow the body movements to completely halt. And you become more meditative here. So this is your Annamaya Kosh, your physical layer, coming into that Yin phase. Yin is described as a very still, feminine, cold, and a very creative phase of our existence. It's feminine in nature. The last phase of Yin Yoga is surrender. So try to scan your body and see if there is any particular muscle which is still working and which is still functional, because we want to go beyond that musculature today. And we are going to stay here for 5 more breaths before we transform this into another posture. So go ahead and take long breaths here. Inhale and exhale through the nose. Last breath here, and slowly begin to lift both your knees off the floor. Once again, give your knees a big hug in towards your chest. Do not flex the toes. Don't point the toes inside. And begin to stretch your right leg either up on the wall or up on the couch. Keep your left knee bent towards your chest. We don't want to flex the toes. We don't want any tendons, any ligaments, any muscles to keep into action. We want to let go. We have that tendency of engaging either our physical body or our mind. So that's the third step of Yin Yoga, is surrender, is letting go. Letting go the action of the mind, letting go the action of the physical body. And that's where you get to dive deep inside and enjoy this practice. You will see that when you come out of this comfort zone, that's where the real struggle starts. So yoga really begins where the yoga asana ends. So the moment you get out of your thinking brain and you start feeling the process, you will see that you're really, really enjoying it more. When you stop struggling, when you stop analyzing, when you allow yourself to melt into this pose, begin to count your breath. Breathe in to the count of 4, and let's explore the pause. So learn to pause between your breaths. In Sanskrit, this term is called as kumbhak. Kumbhak meaning where you are retaining that breath. So as you inhale, count 4 and hold for 2 or 3 counts. Slowly exhale that breath out through your nose. Gently, very gently inhaling, holding that breath, slowly exhaling out. 5 more breaths here before we go into that classical figure 4. I'm going to sound a bell that's going to actually signal you the transition from one posture to another. When you hear that, I'm going to give the cue of transforming this posture into the next. Slowly begin to bring your left ankle on top of your right leg now. Once again, don't flex your toes. You can support your left knee with your hand. If you feel that the tightness in your groin or your inner thigh or your buttock is preventing you from getting into that deep posture, believe me, as you hold this pose for a long length of time, the muscles are going to give in, and the connective tissue, the fascia in your groin, in your inner thigh, and your buttock is slowly going to open up. You can try pressing your lower back in towards the floor. See how your navel center moves towards the spine, just for a few rounds. You're not trying to engage in any movement, but just to kind of give you the release from holding still. There's an interesting concept in the Tao practice of Buddhism. Tao meaning a combination of yin and yang, of masculine and feminine, of movement and stillness. So we all have this essence of Tao within us. At times we are moving, at times we are still. We have both the masculine and feminine aspect within us. We have the heating and the cooling energies within us. So we are exploring the more cooling aspect of ourselves. But in Tao, it is said that there's a little bit of yang in the yin and a little bit of yin in the yang. So if you have ever seen the Tao symbol, it's made up of 2 swirling black and white semicircles. There's a white dot in the black and a black dot in the white, and that's what it represents. That we are not just one entity, but we are a combination of these 2 strong, exactly opposite energies. So take one more long inhale here. And as you exhale, begin to release both your feet down towards the floor. And slowly shift your hips. Once you plant your feet on the floor, your knees are bent. Shift your buttocks to the left. And drop your knees to the right side. So you are twisting your lower half of the body into the spinal twist. Keep your upper back and head on the floor. Now you can adjust your neck and head as you want, because sometimes you might have some discomfort. So just try to adjust your neck or head the way you want to. And once again, allow gravity to work. You can stack your knees on top of each other. Once again, use your props, use your pillows, blankets, whatever you have to support your knees. And you're just letting go, dropping the knees down towards the floor, opening up the left hip socket here. You're working on your external and internal obliques, which are the muscles that are present on your waist and the top of your hips. At the same time, it's a great stretch for your IT band, the big ligament that runs along the outside of your leg. You have the choice to turn your neck in the opposite direction, but it's not compulsory. It's not the goal of this pose. Try to be kind towards your own self. And once again, focus at the tip of your nose and see how your breath has changed in this posture. As you scan the Prana kosha, which is the breath energy of your body, see what's happening in the mental mind, the manomai kosha, what's happening there. Whatever is coming and emerging out, memories of yesterday, something that happened today, or something you're about to do after the class, or something you're engaged in for tomorrow, allow your mind a break. Visualize in your mind snowflakes falling from the sky towards the floor, and see how those snowflakes kind of melt the moment they touch that floor. So you're going to try to allow your thoughts to kind of melt away without struggling to chase them away. If they come, let them come. You don't have to follow them. Like if, for example, you think, I have to prepare dinner after the class. I have to feed my kids after the class. Fold that laundry basket after the class. Let that thought come, but as it comes easily, let it just melt just as easily. So you're doing really good. And we are here for 5 more breaths. So inhale to the count of 4. Once again, pause for a few counts and exhale to the count of 4. You're doing this at your own pace. I'm not going to count those numbers, just to give you a better control of this practice. And with your next inhale, you're slowly going to now roll all the way onto your right side. So we are about to come onto our hands and knees. So just take a moment here as you roll onto your left side. I'm going to come back on towards the mat. As we transit, we are going to come and move our back a bit, because lying down on the floor, the back can get a bit tight. So we're just going to come on to our hands and knees. So go ahead, bring your knees right underneath your hips and bring your arms right underneath your shoulders. We are going to do 5 rounds of cat and cow. Like I explained in a traditional yin class, you would see that the postures are just held for a long length of time. But I like to add a little element of the yang, just because sometimes we hold a lot of stress in our body. This is a great chance for us to release all that. So coming on to your hands and knees, we will do 5 rounds of cat and the cow. So drop your belly down, lift your sit bones to the back wall, lift your chest and chin, take a deep inhale, lengthen your back body. Feel the length starting from the nape of your neck all the way to the tip of your tailbone. Stay here, pressing your hands in. Once again, cultivating that sense of yin practice. So you're just holding this pose, breathing deeply, allowing the body to come into this posture without suddenly going into the next posture. Take long breaths here. Inhale and exhale. Once again, inhale and exhale. And take a long inhale here. As you exhale, you're going to bring the chin towards the chest, curl the upper back, push it up towards the sky, and drop your sit bones down towards the floor. Push away from the floor. Keep on breathing as you come into the cat pose. 5 long breaths here. And then with your next inhale, once again, lift your head up, spread your collarbones, drop your belly down, lift your sit bones, inhale. And now swiftly go into the cat pose. Exhale completely. Inhale once again into the cow. And exhale into the cat. Inhale into the cow. And exhale into the cat. And from here, you're slowly going to come into what we call as threading the needle. So for threading the needle, we are going to slide our left hand. We are going to slide it right underneath the pocket of our right shoulder, bringing the left shoulder and the right ear, left shoulder and the left cheek down on the floor. Now, if you have any shoulder pain or if you have any problem with your neck, get a pillow and slowly bring your shoulder down on that blanket or pillow. Hold your hips up high, right on top of your knees. Keep on breathing. Hi, Mayuri. We have just started the class, so you're most welcome to join us. Come on to your hands and knees. I'll just guide you into this posture. Let me mute your I hope you see me. So just come on to your hands and knees, making a table shape with your body. Your knees are under your hips and your arms are underneath your shoulders. You are going to start bringing your left arm under the pocket of your right armpit and drop the left shoulder down towards the floor till your left ear and left side of the head connects to the floor. So keep on lifting your buttocks up high and release the left shoulder down. Now you have a choice. You can extend the right arm up towards the mat, away from your face, or you can bring your hand on the lower back. So you can wrap your hand around your waist and stay here. Now this is a very challenging pose, but it works classically on the mid back. It works classically on opening the upper back. So a lot of us are doing a lot of housework and our arms and shoulders become very painful because of carrying a lot of heavy load or washing dishes or cleaning or whatever that we do, or sitting maybe even at a computer working constantly. So that tension is carried in the upper back, especially in the muscles that hold your shoulder blades. Also the muscles inside your armpit and your arms. So this is a great way to release that tension. We will stay here for 10 long breaths. So if this is too much for you, if this pose is really intense, you can always rest in the child's pose and do like a wide knee child's pose. So touch your toes together, move your knees out, And slowly use a pillow or a blanket. You can even just release your chest and head on that pillow, stretch your arms, and rest in Balasana, which is the child's pose. So keep on breathing for a few more rounds here. You're really doing well. As you hear the bell sound, you're slowly going to slide that left arm out of that pocket, come back into your tabletop. Slowly come out of this posture, back in your tabletop, and go ahead, extend out your right leg. Extend your right leg out. Begin to lift your left arm as if you're shaking hands with somebody. And go ahead and with a strong inhale, simply lift your leg away from the floor. So you're balancing on the right hand and the left knee, but don't flex your toes. So you're still trying to cultivate the element of the yin practice. Your gaze is down, nose is pointing down towards the floor. Do not hug the side muscles. Just keep on breathing. 5 long breaths here. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Take a long inhale. Slowly bring your hand back towards the floor. Drop your knee down. From here, we are going to go into my favorite pose, which is called as the lizard pose. So we are working on deeper muscles of the hip socket. You're simply going to step your right foot outside both your hands. Bring both your hands inside the right foot. So from the front, you're going to look like this. Your hands are connecting to the floor. Your right foot is forward and you're on your left knee. And you're bending forward, hands connecting to the floor. Now, if you have 2 blocks, or even if you don't have blocks, if you have big books. So today I just got some books just to show you, just in case you don't have blocks. You can also effectively use books. You can place these big books, a couple of them, or you can even use a pillow right in front of you. Press your palms, soften your elbows. So don't extend your elbows, don't push them out. Rotate your arms internally, unlock your elbows, release your chest down. So you're hinging from your right hip socket, moving your body down. Really working on that hip socket here. Now I want you to, before you take your chest down, I want you to open out your knee in and out, just to give you an idea of which muscle we want to release and we want to work on deeper tissues. So just move that knee in and out. And you can guide that knee just to get some movement in your body. And now try to move that knee in. So keep your knee at a 90 degree with your ankle. And now you're ready to go down. Inhale. And as you exhale, allow gravity to take your head down. So you're going down, going down. I'm just going to show you a side view. So you're going to go down. You can release your forearms on the pillow or the block. Keep on pressing your feet, your right foot into the floor. And once your head connects either with the floor or with the blocks or with whatever you're using, your prop, you're going to take a big inhale through your nose and a loud exhale through your mouth. The moment you do that, just be aware of the parts of the body that suddenly let go of tension. So just be aware. Do it a couple times. Inhaling through the nose, loud exhale through the mouth. Now just close your mouth. Soften all the muscles of your face. Keep on breathing. Five more breaths here. Inhale and exhale through your nose. Last inhale and exhale here. Slowly begin to lift your head up. Push away from the floor. Push away from your props. You are going to plant your left hand inside your right foot and swing your right arm up. Lift up and stretch. Keep on breathing. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. You're going to slowly now bring that arm parallel. You're going to point your fingers towards the back wall. Twisting your head, looking towards the back wall. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Turn your head to the center and point your nose down. Release your hands down. Bringing your right knee back to where we started. So you're back in your square table pose. Now you're going to repeat what we did, threading the needle on the other side. So begin to now take your right arm, scoop it underneath the left armpit. Bring a pillow if you want to rest your shoulder on it. Drop that arm, bring the shoulder down, bring the face down. Right ear and right cheek connecting to the floor. Lift your buttock up high. You can stretch your left arm away from your face in front of you, or you can wrap that arm along your waist and keep it on your lower back or wrap it on your waist. We will stay here for 10 long breaths. Keep on breathing. Each posture gives us a window to discover our own self. There are certain postures that we really, really love to do, and there are certain postures that we really struggle. The reason being is because these postures actually activate certain energy centers in our body. We have 7 main energy centers that run along our spine. The first center is at the top of our head, which is called as the Sahasrara, the crown energy center. The second center is between our eyebrows, called as the Ajna chakra, which is the wisdom center. The third center is in the throat, called as the Vishuddha chakra. At the heart center, you have the Anahata chakra. There are 2 centers above and below your navel. And there's one which is at your tailbone. So once you do this, this is opening your heart center because you're releasing the chest. It's like a semi-back bend. It's a heart opener. So you're really doing good. You're about to transit. Slowly take a deep breath in. Slowly lift your head up. Slide your right arm from underneath that pocket back into your table. Just wiggle from side to side. Move your head. Move your lower back from side to side. Stretch that left leg. Come on to your toes. Once you feel ready, extend your right arm as if you're shaking hands with somebody. Lift that left leg away from the floor. You don't have to flex the toes. Point your nose down and take 5 long breaths here. One more inhale, and as you exhale, slowly lower your right hand down to the floor, bring the left knee down, and this time you are going to sit down on your bottom. So we are going to do the hip opener on the left side, but I just want you to work out the kinks in your legs, so just move your knees up and down, bend both your knees, bring your hands behind your hips. Just rock your knees from side to side to just release any tension in the top of your thighs as we do the hip opener on the other side. Now, once again, you're going to swing your legs behind you, come onto your knees. Once again, use your blocks or whatever you have. Maybe you have a stack of books or maybe you have a pillow. You are going to step your left foot to the front. Both your hands are going to be inside your left foot. So you're going to press your hands on your block or your pillow. Your chest and your head is going to be above the knee first. This is where we start. Once again, to give you an idea of the muscle, we don't want to trigger, but we are trying to release it, and we are working deeper in the hip socket. So move your knee gently in and out. It's a big, big stretch. So once you do that, you'll actually understand the parts of the body that are opening up here. So inhale, move your knee out, exhale, bring it back, and now bring your knee exactly on top of your ankle. So you're going to lift your chest, and as you exhale, allow gravity to bring your head down. Slowly release, one step at a time. Maybe your head comes on the block and your hands go down on the floor, or maybe you're able to go down all the way. Exhale completely through your mouth a couple times, inhaling through the nose, exhale through the mouth. Keep on exhaling through your mouth till you feel the tension release from that hip socket. So this posture is a modified lizard, and it works on those two energy centers that reside above and below your navel center. These centers are representation of fire and water. So the fire element represents the yang energy, and the water element represents the yin energy. And we are really trying to balance these two energies. The fire energy represents our digestive energy. In Sanskrit, it's called as Agni. And since it's in the gut, it's called as Jatar Agni. So we are really trying to balance this Jatar Agni, which is the gut fire, the digestive fire. And the water, the jal, is present right below your navel center. So as women, we have wombs, we have the uterus, in which we have the potential to carry a new life. And this is carried in the water. That's the universal cosmic water, which is life-giving, nourishing, creative, soothing. So we are trying to tap into both these energies at the same time. You're doing really well. If for any reason you need to come out of this posture, just allow yourself to sit in Vajrasana, that is hero pose, or just lie down. You can even sink into Balasana, child's pose, rest your head down. Take a few deep breaths here. So try to do both. Try to see which works for you. Sometimes certain postures require a lot of effort, so we don't want to push our body into that strict practice. We want us to relax and enjoy. One more breath here. Slowly begin to lift your head away from the floor. And now you're going to press your right palm inside your left hand. Once that connects, spread the fingers. Once you feel ready, just float your left arm as high as you can go today. It doesn't have to be super high. Maybe your range of motion is just here. You're trying to work on the upper back. So just see where your arm goes. Once again, utilizing the first phase of Yin Yoga, finding your boundary, finding that safe space to stretch. You can look up, but it's not compulsory. Your gaze can be down towards the floor. Few breaths here. Giving the neck a release. One more inhale and exhale. And slowly bring your hand back to connect to the floor. From here, we are going to take a seated posture. You're simply going to come down, sit on your bottom. And we are going to do a little bit of seated cat and cow just to work out any kinks, any discomfort that's present in our back body. So in yin practice, we don't want you to do any lotus pose, any padmasana, nothing. You can sit in sahasana with your feet in front of each other. Just allow your shoulders to relax. Try to bring your back into its normal contour. Try to keep it upright. Hands are resting gently on your knees. And as you breathe out, I want you to roll your shoulders forward, curving your upper back, sinking your stomach in, and tuck your chin towards the chest. Breathe out completely. With a big inhale, you're going to lift your head up, roll the shoulders back, push your chest out, curve the lower back slightly. So you're undulating your spine. You're doing a seated cat and cow. As you exhale, chin goes to the chest, round the shoulders, upper back curves, sink the stomach back. Inhale, lift the chin, release the shoulders to the back, lift the chest, curve the lower back. One more time, inhale. And as you exhale, chin goes to the chest, curl the shoulders, hunch the back, stomach goes inside. And inhale, lift your chin up, roll the shoulders back, push your chest out, curve the back. And then simply come into your seated asana. As we go into the diamond pose, I want you to grab either a bolster or a pillow. You are going to go into the next posture. You're going to bring your feet together and push your heels away from your groin and create a diamond shape inside your legs. So this is like a modified version of the butterfly. Now, if you have any tension in your knees, I always like to use a lot of props. So if you have pillows, you can place them underneath your knees for support. And if you have pain in your buttock or your hips, make sure you elevate your hips on a blanket. Or even you can sit on a pillow. So try to use a couple things just to make yourself comfortable. And from here, we are going to go into a forward fold. So your back is up straight. Simply begin to lean forward. Once you lean forward, that first stretch will start rising up your lower back. Once you feel it, you're slowly going to bring your chest closer to the floor, releasing the weight of your head down. Our goal is not to touch the floor or the feet, but to get that stretch in our back body. So wherever your range of motion is, just be very kind to yourself. Practicing kindness, that self-compassion towards your own self. Avoiding that himsa and cultivating the sense of ahimsa means self-compassion, non-harming practice. So you're folding forward, maybe your hands are open, and if you have a block or a pillow, maybe you can even place it on your feet. So I'm just showing you a couple variations, see what works for you today. You can place a couple pillows and your head can rest on that. Let go the activation of your arms, allow your arms to become heavy. Keep on breathing into your back body. With each exhale, try to sink a bit deeper. Finding once again the first phase of Yin Yoga, finding your edge, finding your safe boundary. And once you do that, you're going to cultivate that stillness, the second phase of Yin. And slowly go into the third phase, which is surrender. Surrendering yourself to this asana, surrendering yourself into this pose. In this forward fold, I want you to lengthen your exhales. So far, we were breathing sama pranayam. That means we were breathing equal inhales and exhales. I want you to try to lengthen your exhales here. So try to breathe to the count of 3 and maybe exhale out to the count of 5 or maybe 6. So inhaling to the count of 3, exhaling out to the count of 6. Now, if it becomes too much, if this pose is too intense, you can slowly ease out of it, find a spot that feels comfortable, and hold yourself there. Even if you're sitting like this with your knees open in that diamond shape, if you feel folding forward is too intense for you today, that's perfectly okay. Even this is an asana in itself. opening out your knees. You're working on your kidney meridian here. So meridians are energy channels, and we have a big meridian that starts from our pinky, working the inside of our leg, and it goes all the way to the back into our kidneys. So once you open your knees, it's working on that kidney meridian. A few more breaths here. Inhale and exhale through the nose. One more inhale, slowly begin to lift your head up, pushing away from the floor. Release your legs, so stretch your legs, bounce your knees up and down. Bend your knees here. Once again, bending the knees, hands come behind your back, press into the floor, drop your knees to the right and then to the left. Once again, to work out all the tension in your lower body. As we come into what we call as the swan pose. So for the swan pose, you're going to swing both your feet behind and guide your right knee down to the floor, keeping your left shin bone parallel. So kind of have one guideline in front of you. If you have a bed or a couch or maybe your yoga mat, that's your guidelines. You're trying to keep your shin bone parallel. Do not flex your toes. You're trying to avoid flexing. Release the flex of your toes. And if you see that your right buttock is kind of lifting away from the floor, place a folded blanket or a pillow right underneath your buttock. So you can sit on it so that both your buttocks or your sit bones are connecting with the floor or the mat. So your hip bones are pointing forward, shoulders are on top of your hips. You're simply going to walk your hands to the front. The moment you do that, you will feel that stretch in your lower back. From here, you're going to go down on your forearms. So your forearms are connecting to the floor. Drop your head down. If you have a block or a pillow, you can use it to press your forehead. We will stay here for 10 long breaths. Once again, for any reason you want to ease out of this posture, you are more welcome to do that. So let's begin. So this form of Yin Yoga has been practiced about 2,500 years ago in ancient parts of India, Tibet, and also China. The word Zen comes from the Sanskrit term dhyan, which means meditation. So all the yoga postures were really practiced to cultivate the practice of meditation, to become very still and to observe our mind. So in Yin Yoga, there is very less talking after you come into your safe zone and you really allow your body to take that form of asana. You really get a chance to observe all the workings of your mind. So 2 more breaths here. Inhale and exhale. Slowly begin to lift your head up, pushing away from the floor. Now you're going to bring that right foot to the front as we go into a twist. So you're going to take that left foot, bring it next to your right buttock, and you're going to slide your right foot and bring it right outside your left knee. So you're sitting like this. Your knees are not on top of each other. You're just pressing your foot outside your left knee. Sit tall. Both your buttocks are connecting to the floor. From here, you're going to twist to the right side. So spin your hand, place it down on the floor, hold your right knee with your left hand. Slowly pivot and twist with your shoulders all the way to the right. Keep on softening your belly muscles as you breathe out. 5 long breaths here. As you exhale, slowly untwist and then stretch your legs in front of you. Bounce your knees up and down. As we go into the forward fold, the swan on the other side. So swing both your feet to the left side. You're going to guide your left knee down towards the floor. Once again, if there's any tension in the left hip, your pillow or your blanket is your friend. Place it underneath the left knee for support. If you feel your left buttock is lifting up, you can place another pillow or blanket for support. Place it underneath your buttock and press both your sit bones down to the floor. Your right shin bone is going to be parallel to your guideline. Lift up through the chest, just allow your back body to remain long. And once again, you're going to walk your fingers to the front. Bring your forearms down to the floor. And drop your head down. Keep on exhaling. So the kidney meridian is providing energy to both your kidneys, which are also representation of the water element. They're responsible for removing all the toxins and filtering everything that we eat, all the metabolites. So this is a great way to activate those kidneys. And also, if they're overworked, to calm them down. There are two glands that sit on top of the kidneys, which release the adrenaline hormone. And this hormone is responsible for every single reaction that we give in our life, to every single thing. That reaction can be in the form of fear, it can be in the form of anger, it can be in the form of stress that you feel. Every time this hormone is released, your body and mind are geared to face the ups and downs of life. And that happens throughout the day. So this is one of my favorite postures, the swan pose. So once again, like I said, you know your body's better. If you feel this is too intense for you, please rest in child's pose. We will be here for 10 long breaths. I'm going to encourage you to lengthen your exhales, inhaling to the count of 3, exhaling to the count of 6. See how it feels. Letting go, and letting go the tension in your lower back, your buttocks, your inner thighs. Every time that muscle clenches and tightens, I want you to breathe into that muscle and release the tension there. Every time that muscle tries to work, just allow it to let go. Let go the tension in your breathing. If your breath has become choppy as you come into this forward fold, open your mouth, relax all the muscles in your back jaw, soften your tongue, relax the lids of your eyes. The last breath here. Now slowly begin to lift your head up, slide your hands up, pushing away from the floor. You're going to come down onto our bellies. We are going to come into the half frog. So stretch your legs behind you. Keep your belly on the floor. You're going to stack your hands on top of each other, or if not, you can even take a pillow and rest your left cheek on the pillow. And from here, you're simply going to start bending the right knee. Slowly bring the knee up towards your waist. The back leg is completely relaxed. The right knee is bent. You don't have to flex your toes. Just open up your hips. Press your belly down into the floor and let go the weight of your body. You will stay here for 5 long breaths. Enjoy this relaxation. Most of the time we are on the go, doing one thing after another. We are not taking good care of ourselves. So this is the best way to end the day in these restorative postures. With each breath, allowing gravity to open the front body, at the same time releasing the lower half of your body, which represents in a sense the yin aspect of yourself. So above the navel center, we have the yang body, which faces the sky. And below the navel center, we have the yin body, which is pointing down or connecting more with the earth. Deepen your inhales and exhales here. Breathe into the count of 5. Pause again for a few rounds and breathe out to the count of 5. Cultivating the pause or the kumbha in your practice. The last breath here. And then slowly begin to stretch that right leg back. Just bend both your knees. Bring your heels slightly in towards the buttock. Hold it there. 1, 2, and 3. Slowly drop your legs down again. This time you are going to start bending the left knee. Slowly ride that left knee up towards the waist. So you're sliding it on the floor. So this is like a half frog pose with just one knee bent. This time you can roll your right cheek on the floor or onto the block or pillow. So turn your neck. Press the right ear and the right cheek into the floor or the block. Keep on breathing. 10 long breaths here. Breathing into the count of 5. Hold your breath for 2 or 3 seconds and then breathe out to the count of 5. Last breath here. Slowly begin to stretch that left leg behind you and come into your Sphinx pose. So stretch your legs away from each other. Come onto your forearms. Press your belly button and your hip bones into the floor. Your gaze is down towards the floor. We'll stay here for 10 breaths. Just allow your body to rest here. A gentle back bend, working on the mid back and the lower back. Relax the shoulders away from the ears. Now it's time to slowly come into your Shavasana, which is your final resting posture. Bring your head and chest down and slowly roll on to your back. Let's just do some bridge lifts just to do it like a counter pose for the back. So your feet are parallel to each other. Press the heel and the balls of your feet into the floor. Arms are resting along the side of your body. Go ahead and press the lower back into the floor. Gently lift the buttocks away from the floor. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, go down. Press the lower back. Hands and feet are connected. Upper back head on the floor. Lift the hips up as you breathe in. As you breathe out, go down. Once again, inhale, lift up. Hold here, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Slowly release. And now stretch your legs out. You can use a blanket if you have. Get as comfortable as you want to in this meditative, relaxing posture. As we begin to end our session, wiggle your toes. Begin to contract and relax your calf muscles. Contract and relax your thigh muscles. Keep your body warm as we go into Shavasana. Contract and relax your buttock muscles. And place your left hand on your belly and the right hand on your chest as we do 5 belly breaths. Visualize your whole torso, the right shoulder, the left shoulder, the right hip, the left hip, the heart center, and the navel center. As you breathe, begin to fill your belly with air. See how your left hand lifts up. At the same time, fill your chest with lots of air. See how your right hand lifts up. And as you exhale, soften your entire back body. Go ahead. Do a few more rounds at your own pace, filling your belly with lots of air, allowing that same air to lift your chest as much as you can, and slowly breathe out. Last breath here. And now begin to slowly relax your arms. You can place them by the side of your body, by the side of your hips or waist. If this feels good, you can keep on retaining your hands on your chest and stomach. So just do what feels good for you. Begin to swallow your saliva a few times as we go into what's called as Yoga Nidra. Yoga Nidra is a yin practice. Nidra meaning sleep. It's a yogic sleep. As we rotate our consciousness into different parts of the body, don't feel overwhelmed if you're not able to follow every single direction that I give. It's okay if you feel sleepy. The whole goal is to allow your body, mind to rest completely. Let's begin. Bring your awareness into your feet. Become aware of the right big toe, second toe, third toe, fourth toe, and the little toe. Become aware of the base of your right foot, the right heel, the right ankle, the right shin bone, the right knee, the right thigh, right buttock, right hips, the lower back, left buttock, left hip, left thigh, left knee, left ankle, the left heel, the base of your left foot, left big toe, second toe, third toe, fourth toe, and the little toe. Become aware of your whole left leg. Become aware of your whole right leg. Become aware of your belly center, the navel center, the lower belly, the space above your navel center. Become aware of your heart center, the right lung, the left lung, the right armpit, the right shoulder, right upper arm, right elbow, right forearm, right wrist, right thumb, first finger, second finger, third finger, and the little finger. Become aware of your whole right arm, right armpit, right shoulder, right upper arm, right elbow, right wrist, the right thumb, first finger, second finger, third finger, and the little finger. Become aware of your whole right arm. Become aware of your whole left arm. Become aware of your neck, the notch of your neck, the right side of your neck, the left side of your neck, your chin, right side of the jaw, left side of the jaw, right cheek, right nostril, right eye, right eyebrow, right side of the temple, right ear, top of the head, left temple, left eyebrow, left eye, left cheek, left nostril, left ear, your whole head. Become aware of your whole face. Become aware of the parts of your body that are touching the floor. The back of your head, the upper back, right shoulder, left shoulder, mid back, lower back, buttocks, the back of your right leg, the back of your left leg, right heel, left heel. Become aware of the parts of the body that are facing the sky, the ceiling. Your face, the top of your head, the notch of your throat, your upper torso, heart center, navel center, the soft of your elbows, the palms of your hand, your thighs, knees, shin bones, ankles, and the tops of your feet. Become aware of your whole body now, completely relaxed. Release all the muscular tension and deepen your breath here. Begin to breathe to the count of 5, breathing in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Pause your breath. Breathe out 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Breathe in 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Pause and breathe out 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. I'm going to be silent to the count of 60 as you allow yourself this deep rest. Slowly begin to bring awareness into the top of your head. Become aware of your eyelids. Become aware of your right and left nostril and be aware of the air that's coming in and out through your nose. Become aware of the temperature of this air, whether it's cool or warm or tepid. Slowly soften your lips, soften the tongue, move the jaw from right to left, left to right. Bring some movement into your cheek muscles. Slowly begin to turn your neck from right to left. Get some movement in the upper body. Slowly bring the head back to the center and lift your shoulders all the way up to your ears. Give them a good squeeze. And as you exhale, slowly release the shoulders down. Begin to move your fingers. Curl the fingers into a tight fist. Make it tight, tighter, and tightest. And suddenly release the pressure from your fingers. Do some wrist circles. Moving your wrist in small circles, clockwise and anti-clockwise. Begin to move your shoulders in and out, away from your body. And then stretch your arms above your head. Interlace the fingers, push the palms up. And now soften the armpits, release the head and the arms towards the floor. Take one more deep inhale. Slowly lift your arms up towards the sky and then bring your arms back on the floor next to your body. Begin some small movement in your toes and your feet. Bounce your knees up and down. Once you feel ready, you're going to bend the knees, hug them in towards the chest. Try rocking from side to side if you need to massage your back. Once you feel ready, you're going to roll onto your left side and just take a few breaths here just to acknowledge the benefits of your practice. Once you feel ready, slowly roll onto your left side and push away from the floor and come and sit upright. Hands are on the knees. Let's end our class with alternate nostril breathing. We are going to do a mudra. I'm going to show that to you. If that's not possible, all you need to do is just use your thumb and your first finger. So this is called as Nasika Mudra. We are going to take the first two fingers, bend them, and place it in the fleshy part of the thumb. And the other two fingers, we are going to hold them together. So this looks like a C shape. If this is too intense for your wrist for any reason, simply just use your thumb and your first finger. So with your thumb, you're going to close the right nostril. If you're doing the mudra, it's the same thing. Thumb closes the right nostril. The other two fingers are going to close your left nostril. Let's begin. We will work on activating the left nostril. So close the right. Take a deep breath in through the left. Close the left and breathe out through the right. Breathe in right. Close and breathe out left. Breathe in left. Close and breathe out right. Breathe in right. Close and breathe out left. Last round. Breathe in left. Close and breathe out right. Breathe in right. Close and breathe out left. Release your fingers, join your hands at the heart center. Thank you so much, everybody, for joining in for today's class. I wish you good health, stay safe, stay home. Namaste. Thank you.